day everyone, I am Kishamay S. Abalos and I am reporting criteria in choosing appropriate assessment tools. Assessment methods are the strategies, techniques, tools, and instruments for collecting information to determine the extent to which students demonstrate desired learning outcome. There are different assessment methods and tools. Number 1, rubrics. A rubric is a type of scoring guide that assesses and articulates specific components and expectations for an assignment. Rubrics can be used for a variety of assignments, research papers, group projects, portfolios, and presentations. 2. Curriculum mapping. While not a tool for data collection, a good curriculum map can serve the focus assessment and the improvements that follow, where it will be most useful, informative, or effective. 3. Focus groups. The candid reflections or ideas from a small group of students or participants can provide unanticipated insights valuable for guiding the directions and methods for assessment. Number 4. Portfolios. Portfolios can provide a window into the process of student learning, whether across a semester-long project or a 4-year tenure at the university that can be assessed usually by using a rubric. 5. Structured interviews. While time-consuming, structured interviews are useful when you want to ask specific questions but also want to leave room for unplanned topics or ideas to emerge. 6. Surveys. Survey is defined as the act of examining a process or questioning a selected sample of individuals to obtain data about a service, product, or process. The teacher may utilizing direct and indirect method. Example of direct method are examinations, written assignments, oral presentations and performances, internship supervisors rating for student skills, portfolios, score gains between entry and exit tests, capstone projects, theses, and dissertations. Examples of indirect method are student satisfaction surveys, surveys of student and alumni, exit interviews with graduating students, students' participation rates, reflective essay, data on placement and other measure of post-graduation performance. Following characteristics in selecting appropriate assessment tools, whether conventional or ICT-based assessment. Number 1. Measure the desired level of performance, level of satisfaction, productivity, efficiency, student performance. Number 2. Cost-effective in terms of effort, time, and money. Number 3. Useful that will produce results that provide information that can be used in making decisions to improve student learning. Number 4. Reasonably accurate and truthful. Number 5. Dependable, consistent responses over time. And number 6. Evidence of being ongoing, not once and done. One of the key characteristics of formative assessment is the frequent use of evidence gathered from various methods as feedback. Besides serving as indicator of attainment levels, students use this feedback to set goals for the next stage of learning.
A rubric is a set of criteria used to determine scoring for an assignment or a product. The rubrics are both assessment tools for faculty, learning tools for students that can ease anxiety about the grading process for both parties.
Analytical rubric describe work on each criterion separately. It utilizes holistic ratings of a specific characteristic, products, or behavior, used to assess different types of skills based on the student's level of mastery. Analytical rubrics provide specific feedback along several dimensions. Holistic rubric describe the work by applying of the criteria at the same time and enabling an overall judgment about the quality of the works. It utilizes holistic ratings for product or behavior. Online assessment tools aid is assessing and evaluating student learning and can provide different options to assess students beyond the traditional exam. Several tools are available including reading graph rubrics, Canvas assignments, plagiarism detection, self-assessment and peer assessment, surveys, and classroom polling. Here are the examples of online assessment tools. The advantages of computerized delivery of the test. The creation of item bank of question invites the possibility of each student being presented with a paper made up different question but of different equivalent standards. Automatic computerized marking immediate feedback for the students. Computerized recording of results facilitates the analysis of groups' response to questions. The role of technology in education is immense. The learning process for the students becomes easier as the technology progresses. Technologies that are used in schools and colleges, such as having computer labs and using high-end devices and instruments, make it easy for students to understand the concepts. There are two types of rubrics, the analytic rubrics and the holistic rubrics.
So hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the continuation of criteria in choosing appropriate assessment. So here are the table of contents. The topic number 1 is the paper and pencil testing, followed by topic number 2, which is e-portfolio, and the last one is the types of e-portfolio. So now, what is paper and pencil testing? Paper and pencil testing refer to a general group of assessment tools in which candidates read questions and respond in writing. This includes tests such as knowledge and ability tests, inventories such as personality and interest inventories. So class, here are the example of paper and pencil testing. Now let's go to e-portfolio. So here is an example of e-portfolio. By the way, what is an e-portfolio? So an electronic portfolio is also known as e-portfolio is a collection of electronic evidence assembled and managed by a user. It is usually on the web. Such electronic evidence may include input text, electronic files, images, multimedia, blog entries, and hyperlinks. Now, we will go to the 5 types of e-portfolio. So what are they? Number 1 is documentation portfolio. Number 2, ideal portfolio. Number 3, showcase or professional e-portfolio. Number 4, learning portfolio. And the last one is assessment portfolio. So, we will tackle about ideal portfolio. So, an ideal portfolio contains students' all works. It is not given to provide students a grade. So, as you can see here in the right picture, so here is an example of ideal portfolio. Now, we'll go to the second one, which is the showcase e-portfolio. So, the showcase or professional e-portfolios are way primarily to demonstrate or showcase the highlights of a student's academic career. So, as you can see in the right picture, so that is an example of showcase e-portfolio. Now, let's go to the documentation portfolio. Documentation portfolio is a collection of work over time, showing growth and improvement, reflecting students' learning of identified outcomes. So class, here is an example of documentation portfolio. Now we will go to the learning portfolio. Learning portfolios are typically created by a student as a part of a learning activity, as a way to demonstrate learning and the learning process. So, here is an example of the learning portfolio. And now we've come to the last part, or to the last type of an portfolio, which is assessment portfolio. So, what is assessment portfolio? A portfolio assessment is a collection of work, and it is often gathered over a long period of time to reflect what you have been taught as well as what you have learned. So that is for today. Thank you for watching.